This family is walking in the park on a beautiful sunny day. Suddenly, a man walks by and leaves something in his wife's hand very discreetly, so her husband and daughter can't even see what happened. She realizes that he has given her money, making her yearn for much more of that money. Meanwhile, father and daughter notice the absence of the wife and stop to look for her, finding her a little further away, and the wife explains that nothing has happened, but that she is going away to take care of something and will be back as soon as possible. The husband doesn't like the idea, because it is his day off and he would like to spend it with his family, and the couple's daughter also wants them to have this time. The mother still says that she needs to go and sort this thing out. The husband suggests that they can accompany her, but the wife quickly denies it, claiming that they don't need to, that they can go ahead and then she can catch up with them. Then father and daughter continue with the stroll. The man who gave her the money already imagined that she would come back, because according to him he already knows a gold digger from afar. The woman just wants to know who he is and why he gave her the money, and the man replies that she can do whatever she wants with that money. He also says that he is the person who will make her rich overnight. She asks him to explain this. The man then tells her that she just needs to sleep with him tonight, and then she will be rich overnight, and she can rest assured that he will even pay her in advance. Then he approaches her in an attempt to seduce her, but her husband and daughter show up on the spot. He says that he will leave the daughter in a corner and come right back. But the daughter only wants to know who that man with her mother is, and the father says that this is something for adults to solve. He goes back to where his wife and that man are, questioning why he wants to buy his wife like that. Calling him not man enough, he takes his wife by the hand to get away from that man as fast as possible. But the man interrupts them, telling the woman that his offer is only good for today, that he will pay $50,000 if she accepts, and the husband tells him to respect himself. But the wife seems quite tempted by this proposal. The man continues to say the words that she really wants to hear, but the husband himself comes out in defense of his wife, claiming that his wife is not that kind of person. When the husband calls his wife to leave, she pulls his arm, letting go of him, making her decision. This makes the husband very upset. But the wife doesn't want him to make any decision for her. Anyway, the husband is very hurt by all this, questioning whether she is thinking about her own daughter. And the wife replies that she is doing it for her daughter, because the next day she will have a rich mother. The man still doesn't believe it, and again questions whether she's really going to switch him and his daughter for money. And without hesitation, the woman answers yes, because her husband works day and night and, even so, his money is worthless. So without looking back, she leaves with that man, not thinking about her own family, longing for the moment that she will finally be rich. Leaving her anguished husband behind, he walks up to his daughter, who doesn't understand anything that's going on, and asks why her father is crying. He pretends that nothing happened and that something just fell into his eye. Then the daughter asks where her mother went. With no choice, the father has to lie in order not to hurt her, claiming that her mother had a last-minute job to do. The daughter doesn't understand any of it, and the father, always understanding and caring, says that his family will always be his priority, and that if he must miss work to be with his daughter, he will do so. The daughter has already forgotten the subject, because she is a child, and asks her father to buy her chocolate. But before they go to the store, the father looks into his daughter's eyes and promises that he will not abandon her, and will always be there for her, and the daughter believes every word he says. And then they leave to buy the candy that the daughter wants so much. A few hours later, the woman arrives at the rich man's house, and she really likes the fancy place, even the soft bed in the bedroom. The man tells her that this is where he takes women like her and does whatever he wants, and no one bothers him. Then he tells her not to worry, because the next day he will drop her off at home. And finally, he picks up the bag that was on the floor, showing all the money that would be hers after they spend the night together. And the woman takes the opportunity to say that she wants her payment in advance, but the man does not agree, because he will pay her only after she fulfills her part of the agreement. But she questions how she will fulfill her part if he doesn't fulfill his, and he asks for trust on her part, because only in the end can she take all that money for herself. He tells her not to worry, because when they are done, he will take her to see her family himself. But the woman has no desire to see her family after this, claiming that the most she will do is see her family. So the man says that now that they have settled everything, she needs to fulfill her part of the bargain. But when the woman realizes the real intentions of that man and begins to be hesitant, the man says that now that she has promised, she will have to fulfill her part, because only then can she return to her family. But the woman continues to deny it, claiming that she is not used to this. And the man argues that if he is paying, she needs to do what he wants, and that she needs to do it since they are there. But the woman gets desperate, saying that she doesn't want to, and she has already made it clear that she doesn't want to, but the man doesn't listen. After a time, he leaves the room and finds another man there, questioning whether it was good. But he doesn't seem very pleased with everything that has happened. And when his friend asks why he didn't pay the woman, he replies that he didn't pay because the woman couldn't stand it, so he decided to take his money back. Then he says that his friend can go to the woman and try something too, then walks away and leaves him there in the hallway. And the man who stays there decides to enter the room to try something with that woman too. 5 months later, the father and daughter have been living a good relationship since forever. He always buys her the chocolates she likes, and she is very happy. She thinks he is the best father in the world. The daughter thinks that their life is much better without her mother, but the father tells her not to talk that way. However, the daughter doesn't take it back, because her mother never wanted to be with them. The father says that she needs to learn to forgive people and that she shouldn't hold a grudge, and the father claims that he will always be by his daughter's side, to try his best to make up for what her mother missed. And the daughter replies that even though she is abandoned by her mother, she doesn't miss her, because her father is the best father in the world, and the father hugs her emotionally.